Hey everyone, I'm rather incoherent. I just took Luke through the edge of the earth on my channel, and I want to talk about this True Magic build that I was using. I played Luke before, I already knew Luke was good. Luke's a character where you can build him as a Mystic or as a Seeker. I think he's definitely much better as a 4-head Mystic than as a 3-book Seeker, but that's up for debate. But I never thought that Luke was one of the best characters in the game, because as a 4-head Mystic or a 3-book Seeker, either way, the number you're starting with is not good enough. And that holds him down a lot. But one thing that Luke has unique access to is consistency for True Magic. You can take Research Librarian and Mr. Rook, and Deep Knowledge, and Preposterous Sketches, and there's more he could take. As a 4-head Mystic, he can help fix that with Hawkeye Folding Camera. He has the tools to not just reliably find True Magic, but to reliably fix this 4-head, and that puts him in a very unique spot, where he's not just getting to make up for being a 4-head Mystic, but he's also getting to try to enable True Magic in a way no one else really does. I only spent 5 resources on this, or 5 experience rather, well 6 because I'm down the rabbit hole. But I still have more hits than anyone else because Research Librarians are in the deck. In addition, normally it's very hard not just to find your True Magic, but to find a Twyla to give the True Magic its charge back, and to find the spells you need, which Mr. Rook and all the Seekers are all really help with. So Luke has a level of consistency no one else gets with this archetype, and then there's a weakness to this archetype. It doesn't move. There's no move cards in the deck. And Luke has the most mobility of any character in the game due to the permanent gate box. Well, not the permanent gate box, but the starts and play gate box. So Luke is in a very unique position to not just use this better than anyone else, but to crack it wide open. And I think he does. I think this True Magic build is one of the strongest Mystic builds in the game, but I think only Luke gets to do it. So the real question isn't, is the deck incredible later on? It absolutely is. The question is, how much do you value being a highly mobile, super self-sufficient, high action compression Mystic, which you probably value quite highly, but it might still not break into your S tier? And then, perhaps more importantly, what's the deck look like when you don't have True Magic? What's happening in those first couple of scenarios? So I'm not going to talk about this final deck too much. I did run short of experience. I originally planned to get Cryptic Writings too, but we got less experience in Edge of the Earth than I really planned to. However, things like Cryptic Writings and Deny 5s, Preposterous Sketches, Emergency Caches, all of that's really unnecessary, Guts level 2. The core deck is just 1 True Magic, 1 Charisma, 2 Twylas, and your spell upgrades. Oh, and Warrior Protection level 2, obviously. The deck isn't exactly cheap, but as a Mystic with Arcane Research and down the rabbit hole, you absolutely can afford everything you need. Coming down to the starter deck for Luke, there are 3 cards missing, so you need 3 new cards. Everything else is going to stay the same because of down the rabbit hole. The 3 new cards I picked were Spectral Razors and Azure Flame. The Finn I was paired with was also a Flex Investigator like Luke, but in Scenario 0, Finn doesn't fight very much, so I wanted nothing but better fighting cards to help out until I got my True Magic stuff online for infinite fighting, and around the same point in time, Finn would be getting dirty fighting online and start helping on the fight front as well. So, as a Flex character leaned a little bit towards fighting, how did Luke do? He did great. Like, I have absolutely no complaints about this. Hawkeye Folding Camera makes him feel decidedly better than all the other 4-head Mystics. Not because you get to 6-head, but because you reliably get to 5-head because you have twice as many hits for it now. As far as being a Mystic goes beyond that, like this is just the normal Mystic deck, except it's a little bit more consistent with Mr. Rooks to find the cards you want. It's got a little bit better soak because Mr. Rook has better soak than any Mystic asset you would be running. And like that's really all there is to say about the level 0 deck other than Research Librarian doesn't do anything. Research Librarian is literally a blank card. It does nothing at level 0. And that sucks, but Mr. Rook and Deep Knowledge still put you generally far ahead in the draw game compared to other Mystics. And you can see that first scenario with 7 experience, this is an Edge of the Earth thing, you might not be able to get True Magic first scenario. If you're in a campaign where you can't, this Shriveling and Warden Protection looks like 5 experience, it's actually 1. The Arcane Research reduces your first spell by 2. Down the Rabbit Hole reduces your first upgrade by 1. That Shriveling is 0. Second upgrade by 1, and this Warrior Protection is 1. So after Scenario 1, you just spend 1 experience on these 2 cards, and you bank for True Magic. If you fail again, 1 experience for these 2 cards, you still have more to upgrade, right? And bank your experience. You will have True Magic pretty much guaranteed by Scenario 4. In most campaigns, you'll have it in Scenario 3, and in a few campaigns, like Edge of the Earth, you can have it in Scenario 2. And again, you can see I'm upgrading Shrivelings first. This is because it's my responsibility to fight far more than Finn's at this point in time. And we're going into high fighting scenarios where Shrivelings will be more important to me anyway. And from here, like the deck upgrades just go as you expect. I'm going to be going as efficiently as I can with upgrades with Arcane Research and down the rabbit hole. I'm going to get a copy of Twyla, then a copy of Charisma, then a second copy of Twyla. The deck upgrades very intuitively. It performs very well at level 0 though, as a result of these Hawkeyes and all the additional draw you get compared to other Mystics. And then you get to be the most mobile, most self-sufficient flex character in the game. And once you have your True Magic stuff online, you are one of the most self-sufficient and powerful flex characters in the game. You have like next to no team utility, it's just word of protection really. These deep knowledges almost always go on yourself, though they can be given to teammates. Guts and Promise of Power, again, very frequently for you, but can be given to teammates. So you do have some team utility, it's not zero. There are definitely more selfish characters. But you are able to compress clues 3 in action twice a turn, or just deal 3 damage twice a turn, because you have Twyla recharging your True Magic. You have some of the most consistent and powerful action compression of any character in the game. Again, you suck at moving, but Gatebox basically negates that. I think there are characters that fight better, not many as a flex character. I don't think there are characters that find clues better. I think even straight cluevers are not finding clues much better than this Luke deck, because this Luke deck will very consistently find 6 clues in a turn. It's absolutely incredible. Because the numbers are great, right? Hawkeye is 5, Rosary is 6, and then you're getting +2 or +3 depending on whether you're fighting or clooving. So you're investigating at 8, fighting at 9. He's a very, very consistent and powerful and reliable. There's like nothing bad to say about this deck. It's absolutely incredible. And I really don't have anything else to say, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. Luke is an incredible investigator. This deck is a great way to capitalize on the things unique to him, and I had a blast playing it. I don't imagine you can make a much stronger flex character than this. Anyways, I'm Rather Coherent. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. All that stuff really does help the channel grow. And I'll see you in the next one.